You think you must laugh. No. See, if a flower is fragrant, it happens because it blossomed, not because you sprayed some perfume on it from outside. Laughter, smile is not a philosophy or an ideology. If you're joyful, you will naturally smile. No, you must smile every day. This is stupid.
When you speak about people not, they're so focused on the taste of food, right? They haven't been able to taste something beyond their own mind, body, thoughts, and emotion. And I look at what you're doing in the world and what Isha's doing in the world, and so many people, it's because it seems like they've tasted something beyond, right? And so in the spiritual process and in the pursuit of self-realization, I'd be curious for you to explain on what is the nature of what we are trying to self-realize.
And to jump on that, in the same theme, I remember driving home from doing my inner engineering course in the car, and I was driving, and while I was holding the steering wheel, I was screaming out loud, "I love my life!" And I was so happy, filled with so much joy, that everything that was being taught in that course introduced me into a reality that was so far beyond anything that I had placed joy in, anything external, and it was very new for me.
You must clarify that in your car you don't have a store of any bottles or pills or anything. You must clarify to the people because they won't believe. They won't believe that you could be just bursting with life without any chemical support from outside. We have come to such unfortunate levels that if you want to experience anything, to be healthful, chemicals. Over $1 trillion worth of pharmaceuticals, I think, are being sold every year. To grow food, chemical. To be peaceful, chemical. To sleep, chemical. To sleep. To be joyful, chemical. To know anything experiential. I know people are weaving philosophies how chemicals are the best thing you can do. Well, they want to sell something, I understand. But if a day comes, hope it doesn't, we are working to see that it doesn't. If a day comes where 90% of the humanity is consuming chemicals, either in the form of food or prescribed medication or backstreet stuff, whatever, it doesn't matter. If 90% of the humanity goes on chemical consumption, we are heading there very rapidly right now. If that happens, the next generation that we produce will be less than us. That's a crime against humanity. The next generation should be at least one step ahead of us. If they are behind us, that means we have committed a serious crime against humanity. That will inevitably happen if we go with these chemicals. Now that you brought this up, see, it's just this. There is no other phenomena here other than life. But unfortunately, you think the madness in your mind is a phenomena. It's not a phenomena. It's a silly recycle of the same old things, all right? Now, people taking drugs, the word that they use is they were experimenting. What the hell are you experimenting? People who are involved in sexuality, they're experimenting. I say, even the caveman knew what to do, all right? Except Mr. Adam, everybody else knew what to do. What are you experimenting now? Something that's been on for thousands of years, if you experiment with that now, that means you must be dumb stupid. It's all been experimented, isn't it? Now, experimentation means you try to enter new terrain that nobody has gone into, right? Hello? If you go into this desert, like Columbus found America, well, 50 million people were living here, what is there to find? Okay, for Europeans, you found a new continent, that's a different matter. But you cannot discover something which is already known to lots of people. You cannot explore, I explored this desert, but you go there, whole lot of people are living there, what is there for you to explore? They've all been there, all right? We are ignoring the other creatures. All right, I'll give you that much margin. But if there are human beings, obviously you are not the explorer. But explorers went to Africa and explored Africa, and they found people who they did not treat as people anyway. Why I'm saying this is not to incite something. All I'm saying is, stop this rubbish. People have been living in different places. Because as our transportation systems of ships and other things improved, we made connections, all right? Yeah. If you say Columbus connected Europe to America, wonderful. He discovered, how can he discover? So like this, people are experimenting things which have been happening for thousands of years. Doesn't mean a thing. If you really want to experiment, you must step into a new terrain. If you want to step into new terrain, I am telling you, even the caveman knew every damn thing you can do with your body. I include the cave woman, but that's a term, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe women were even civilized even then, I don't know. That's why only caveman was there. I'm giving the margin. So, what is there to experiment about things that people have known forever? If you want to experiment, you have to go into a new terrain. Now you're going into space. This is exploration, all right? This is real exploration. Because nobody has been there from this part of the system, solar system at least. Maybe somewhere else there may be somebody.
Yeah.
But right now, in our experience, it's a true exploration because we have not met anybody there. Similarly, if you go into a dimension which is beyond physicality and psychological space that you have, then you will see you will meet nobody. But that's a real exploration. And then you will become like, you cannot be not alert for a moment because everything is new. Everything is absolutely new. And everything is absolutely new terrain every moment of your life. So, that's how your sleep will go down, everything will go down, various other things that you are playing with all fall off. Not that you gave them up, they just fall off. People think somebody has renounced something. People keep on asking me, Sadhguru, why did you renounce your business and this and that? I didn't renounce the damn thing, so stupid it was, it just fell off.
Yeah.
It's like a child, a 5-year-old kid maybe having a little doll or something, what… your teddy bears are still there or Barbies have taken over, I don't know. Let's say a teddy bear, you're playing with it. On that day, if I take it away from you, oh, you would be deeply wounded. But do you know where your teddy bear actually went? Your favorite toy or doll that you could not live without at one time, somewhere it fell off, you didn't even care because you grew up, isn't it? So if you grow up, your food, your excitement about eating this and that, I'm not saying you should not enjoy food, I do. I'm a good cook, all right? I'll come out as a good cook one day because I will present myself one day as a really good chef, huh? We'll do that when we have the time. But this fascination about little things, it's not that you should not enjoy it, it is not that you should be not involved in it, but I think there is a kind of a fetish which is unhealthy, that must go. That will not go unless you find something more significant. That's what it's about.
Yeah. And how do we find something more significant?
See, a worm that crawls on the earth, it has its own purpose, it has its own life. But it gets eaten by a bird which has wings and feathers. It eats the worm and flies. Is it a little better machine? Let's look at this as machines. Worm is one kind of mechanism, bird is another kind of mechanism. The bird consumes the worm and then flies. Is it a mechanism with higher possibility?
Yeah.
Yes. So similarly, if you want to get to a higher space, you need a little better mechanism. Now you come as a human being, what the significance of being human means is, for every other creature, nature has drawn two lines, within which they must live and die. For a human being, there is no lines, there's no top line for sure. If you do not go there, you are putting lines based on your own ideas, philosophies,